Ladies and fiction man, welcome back to my YouTube channel. And if you're new, hi, I'm Kit. Today's video is going to be an August read and wrap up, but before I get into this video, do you guys like my jumper? It is merch of one of my favourite book series, which is A Good Girl's Guide to Murder, and it says Pip's Bribery Muffins. I got it from an Etsy shop called Starfall Designs. I will not be showing you the physical copies of the books that I've read this month. Instead, I will just put the covers up here. Overall, I think this month was pretty good. Oh no, wait. I read, let me just check. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 books in total. And let's just do this. The first book I read, I'm not going to go into detail of what I thought of it, because I'm pretty sure I did a whole separate video where I literally spoke about the book, and that is The Hateless by Jennifer Brown. It's not a new favourite, it didn't make me cry, but I did rate it 5 out of 5 stars. I expected this book to be 4 to 5 stars, so my prediction was actually correct for once. I was also really excited to read this book, and then that's all I'm going to talk about because I did a book review. Then the next book I read was Creep from the Deep by R.L. Stine, but the specific copy I have is the theme park one, but I've forgotten what the... Horrorland. This book did not make me cry, it's not a new favourite. My prediction of this book was, I thought it was going to be 3 stars. However, and actually, I was right, so I was getting it confused with a different book. And then the next book I read was actually a reread, and it's 5 Little Lies by Amanda K. Morgan. I thought it was going to be 3 to 4 stars because it's a reread. However, I read it 5 stars. I really enjoyed it. And I really enjoyed the very first line of the book because it's proper like throws you in, and the first line was there should be more blood, and it basically follows these 4, maybe 5 teenagers as they do summer school, and then they accidentally killed a teacher, and it's just them getting away with it. However, it did end in a cliffhanger. I do not like cliffhangers. If you know me, cliffhangers, hate them so much. And I would like to know what happens next, but I feel like, yes, it ended on a cliffhanger, but it worked well as an ending. The next book I read is actually part of a series, and it's called Circus of the Damned. It's by Laurel K. Hamilton. I thought this book was going to be 3 stars because it's, again, part of a series, and it's the 3rd book, I believe. But I actually rated it higher than 3 stars. So it did not make me cry, it was not a favourite, but I did rate it 5 out of 5 stars, even though it was 3rd in a series, and I believe there's like 20 of them. It's the Anita something series, and as I was saying, even though it's the 3rd, it wasn't confusing. I think that if I read the 1st and 2nd book, I'll probably click that there's references to them, but I hadn't read them. I hadn't read the 1st and 2nd book, so I probably didn't get those references. It just went on over my head. There was like, I think 1 or 2 instances where I was confused. Anyway, yeah. I also had a slight issue with the book, and it's not down to the book, it's down to my little pea brain. I had recently finished Buffy the Vampire Slayer, so the whole time I was just imagining a young Sarah Michelle Gellar, as in Sarah Michelle Gellar in the Buffy series as Anita. And the fact that one of the like top vampires were in love with / wanted Anita as their mate, for lack of a better word, just reminded me of Buffy more. Hi. You okay? I just shut my door and then you came in. Yeah. I love you. Anyway. My dog huffed at me because I wasn't giving him attention. Anyway, the next book I read was The Hating Game by Sally Thorne. This book was not a new favourite, and it did not make me cry. I did somewhat enjoy it. I thought it was going to be 2 to 3 stars, and I was actually correct because I rated it 3 stars. But actually, I rated it 3.5 stars, but on Goodreads, I can only rate it 4 stars, so I rated it 3 stars. Before going into the book, I knew it was going to be cringy, and it was cringy. At some parts I was like, oh, that's a bit much, like that's too cringy for me. But I actually did enjoy the book. That's pretty much all I can say about it. My next book was My Friends Call Me Monster by R.L. Stine, and it did not make me cry. It's not a new favourite. My prediction for this book was it was going to be 2 stars. I was right. I don't know if it's meant to be written this way, but I don't know if it was meant to be written this way, but for the way R.L. Stine wrote this book, it was as if, reading it, it was as if a child wrote it. And yes, it's following a child, but, I don't know how to describe it. But, it was as if a child wrote it. And I didn't really like it. And then the last book I read, I actually really enjoyed, but it didn't make me cry, and it's not a new favourite, but I did really, really enjoy it. And it was actually the first dark romance book I've ever read. My sister bought it for me for my birthday because I watched a YouTuber and they spoke about it. I believe it's Larry Reads. I think that's a TikTok. I can't remember if her YouTube's the same. And that is Her Soul to Take by Harley Leroy, whatever. It's her. This is part of a trilogy, I think. The 3rd book is coming out soon, and I really, really, really want it. Pardon me. I thought the book was actually going to be 3 or 4 stars. I was wrong. It was higher. It was 5 stars. I loved it. So the book follows Ray and Leon. Leon is a demon, and Ray is a human who's obsessed with the paranormal. She has her own vlog thing / YouTube channel where she does real paranormal investigations because she's very I don't like all of the fake ones, and she just wants to kind of prove they're real. She's kind of the opposite of Thelma Dinkley. I don't know why I made that comparison. I really liked the cover. I know it's going to be dark because it's dark romance, and I don't know why I wasn't expecting there to be a content warning at the beginning of the book. And I do like it when there's content warnings in books, because as someone who, when I was younger, read fantasy, but not dark fantasy. It was more I wasn't one of those people that read ACOTAR at a young age. I was just reading Forsyth, Inkheart, Harry Potter, those sort of fantasy, even though I've never actually read Percy Jackson other than 1 chapter for school. That's it. Yeah, where was I? I wasn't used to dark fantasy. No, dark stuff or whatever. I can't remember where I was going with that, so I'm just going to leave it. One thing I did not like about this book is the font was really, really small, and it took me, I think, 8 days. Hold on. Yeah, 8 days to finish this book, and that is because I was really, really enjoying it and I didn't want to finish it. And I would say I'm not a slow reader, but I'm not a fast reader, and typically when I enjoy books, I slow down so then I don't finish them really quickly. I can either finish a book in one sitting if I really enjoy it, or I'd slow down like Cal, so then I don't finish the book early and then I don't have a book hangover, basically. The chapters are really short, which I enjoyed, because I am on the side of short chapters are better than long chapters. Also, something that I found really, really cool with this book is for chapters, for example, like chapter 1 is Ray's point of view. There was also 2 point of views, Leon's and Ray's. It was more so Ray's point of view because it book mainly follows her, which makes sense. But like for chapter starts, the page was black and then all the other pages were white, which was cool. And earlier in this video, I actually brought up Thelma Dinkley. Oh wait, no, it was actually talking about this book. I compared Ray to Thelma, which is actually really funny. I'm a huge fan of Scooby-Doo, even though I don't have it in my room, which is surprising. Ray dressed up as Thelma Dinkley for Halloween, which as a Scooby-Doo fan, I bloody loved. So yeah, those were all the books I read. I forgot to tell you this at the beginning of the video, but the book I am currently reading is Miss Peregrine's Home for Peculiar Children by Ransom Riggs. My prediction of this book is 3 stars. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video and I shall see you in my next one.